Welcome to the grand final of the second season of Engen The Making of. I don't know about you, but this season feels like it's raced by, though maybe that's just because it's been such a roller coaster. In round 7, Koketso, Refilwe and Mlungisi went head-to-head in a high-stakes challenge with a twist. Katlego returned to the show as a gun for hire, and our semi-finalists had the chance to bid for his assistance. Refilwe bid 0, determined to prove herself on her own. Koketso gambled 13,000 Rand to secure a teammate she trusted, hoping that her opponents wouldn't be willing to give up a high percentage of their winnings. But Mlungisi went all in, staking an incredible 30,000 Rand of his 50,000 Rand winnings, a bold move that paid off. The challenge from multinational giant 3M was to bring the 3M name to the forefront. We all know about so many 3M products, but consumers typically don't know the mega name behind it. While all the semi-finalists had aspects that the judges liked, Mlungisi, with Katlego's assistance, was way ahead of his counterparts, both in his solution and his presentation. Koketso survived the elimination, taking her winnings to over 153,000 Rand. Mlungisi increased his winnings to 70,000 Rand, and Katlego added a cheeky post-elimination 30,000 Rand to his winnings, taking him up to 191,000 Rand. In an emotionally charged elimination, Refilwe was sent home. She was philosophical about her exit. She had played the game her way and left with no regrets. Now, with 2 finalists left and 100,000 Rand on the line, the pressure is higher than ever. Our finalists need to draw on everything they've learned over the previous 7 rounds, combining strategy, creativity, and resilience to execute ideas that can win the grand prize. They'll need to navigate the challenge thrown at them all on their own. After 7 rounds, they know to expect the unexpected, to push their own creative boundaries, and hopefully to read the brief and reread the brief. They know the stakes, so let's join our contestants for the grand finale of the second season of Engen The Making of. Finalists, welcome back.
Thank you.
How are we feeling? Let's start with you, Mlungisi.
Sure. From the comeback, which felt so surreal, I felt validated. I mean, you can imagine how I felt when I was eliminated. To being here, I think the only way that I can express how I truly, truly feel today is on top of the moon.
Awesome. Koketso?
Well, a roller coaster from day one. Some days crying, some days laughing and celebrating.
Some days both.
Yes. So I'm very happy to have made it this far.
Well done. You've both not only worked really hard, but created really impressive results. Along the way, you've each had these bright spark moments. And I cannot tell you how proud I am of the work that the both of you have put into getting here. But of course, today we've got 100,000 Rand on the line. I'm still trying to figure out how I can make 100,000 Rand in one day. But of course, only one of you gets to take that home. But for that, we need a new challenge, right?
Absolutely.
From our title sponsor, Engen, I've got Nshimani here with me. Good morning.
Good morning.
And do you want to tell us about Engen, just for formality's sake?
Congratulations for making it this far.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm assuming it must be exciting for you to be on this particular challenge.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you are aware of the Engen brand, and mostly you would have seen the forecourt side. For this particular challenge, we'll be looking at lubricants. Now, lubricants is something that's not a everyday purchase, because you'd service your car every 15,000 kilometers. And when you do take your car for service, usually the mechanic recommends the oil. I mean, how often have you said to your service dealership or your mechanic, put this particular type of oil? So that's the challenge we'll be looking at. And for today, we'll be focusing specifically on the taxi industry. And the brand that we are trying to reignite is the Extreme brand. Looking back at the history of Engen and the duality of the ownership and the branding, this is the first time we've really focused on one brand. We've had other brands of lubricants that we've in the past focusing on two brands, being Mobile and the Engen brand, and then forward on was the Petronas and Engen brand. So now we're just focusing on the Engen brand. So it's a really exciting time to be on this particular challenge. So I'm looking forward to the ideas that you'll be coming up with.
That's really interesting, and you say focusing specifically on the taxi industry,
Yes.
which is in itself such a specialty market.
Yeah. And what we'll be focusing on the taxi industry specifically is the top-ups. So with regards to the oil, when you service your car, you usually use a 5-liter can of oil. So with the top-up, it's a 500 ml. And the 500 ml is predominantly distributed exclusively through the retail forecourts. So that's where we'll be focusing on. How do we get the sites to focus on the lubricants? And furthermore to that, how do we get the attendants really passionate about our brand and focusing on pushing the Extreme brand to the taxi industry?
I'm going to, because it's the final, I'm actually going to be nice enough to add one more point if you don't mind. And how do we get the taxi driver and the taxi owners to ask for it?
Yeah, I think they'll have an interesting discussion today coming up with that answer.
Well, it's a discussion with themselves because they will be working on their own today. And for Mlungisi, this is going to be the first time you're working on your own. So yeah, good luck. As you know, you each get one question. So Koketso, let's start with you. What's your question?
So I just want to know, so we're just focusing more on the taxi industry and obviously whoever, but to them taking it as like the number one lubricant that they need to use.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. So at the current moment, with the challenges we're facing with the competitor, is that the taxi drivers call the competitor brands either by name or by color. Right. And we want to get to that space where we are sort of a household name within the taxi industry.
Okay.
Mlungisi?
Hi, my name is Mlungi Sinkosi from the Maths and Science Center.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, so I just wanted to find out, at the moment, what's the current buy-in from the taxi industry?
At the moment, it's a bit hard to track because when we look at the numbers at the forecourt sites, it's just a line item or a sale of oil. So that's something that we are looking to work on and track for future. So essentially, your question will be what I'm looking for you as the answer.
Okay.
That is a very interesting challenge and I think worthy of a final. And Shimani, thank you very much. And we will see you in the rooms because you're also our expert.
Yes.
For today.
Yeah. I'll see you later.
Thanks. You may leave.
Thank you. And all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so with all of that out of the way, and I'm sure that the gears are turning in your head, yes, see what I did there? All that's left to do is for us to see which graphic designer you're each working with today. So, graphic designer, please join me. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
I'm sure you're also quite excited about today.
Yes.
You have the choice, Koketso. Contestants, please reveal your graphic designers. Johnny, you'll be working with Koketsa, and for him, you'll be working with Mlungisi. Please join your finalists. So that's that. You've got your challenge. I'm sure you've got your concept working in your head already. You've got your graphic designers. You've all worked together before, so you know how to use your graphic designer effectively. You know what their strengths are. And you've got the feedback from the judges for the past 7 shows, the past 4, 5 shows. The point is, keep in mind that all of that feedback is relevant today. Keep in mind every piece of criticism and all of the strengths that the judges have spoken to you about. Make the most of today, guys. It's worth 100,000 rand. And of course, the little matter of the bragging rights of
Absolutely.
Engen The Making of Champion 2025. You ready?
100%.
Entrepreneurs, to your boardrooms. Our entrepreneurs are itching to get started on this, our final winner takes all 100,000 Rand challenge set by our title sponsor, Engen. Let's see who we'll have awarding that final prize. Representing Engen is Ntsimani, their trade marketing specialist. He brings a unique edge, a combination of classy vibrance sharpened with corporate polish. He knows what fuels the township market and how to position a brand, so expect him to judge whether today's solutions are an extreme win in the township economy. Our head judge, Heidi, has a way with feedback that goes straight to the root of the problem, insightful and colourful while still remaining kind and empowering. In this tough final round, she'll be looking closely to see whether the entrepreneurs have picked up on the pearls she's been dropping throughout the contest and sprinkled them into results. And of course, our resident Engen judge, Sim. Sim is the personification of the idiom, quiet waters run deep. While he may not be the loudest in the room, every word carries depth and gravitas. He'll be looking closely at whether our finalists apply their ideas to the real problems at hand, and of course keeping an eye out for those ChatGPT shortcuts. I know that you're well versed with the judging criteria, but to preserve tradition, let's look at it one more time. The judges aren't just checking boxes. They want 4 powerful pieces that come together in this puzzle. A solution that inspires, is practical, and as Heidi would passionately say, answers the brief. A financial model that builds confidence, sustainability, and profits. A name that lingers in the mind, and a tagline that makes people believe in the product and ask for it by name. With 100,000 Rand on the line, the pressure is higher than ever. So let's see what slick solutions our finalists are conjuring up in the boardrooms.
Develop a targeted campaign, promotion, or package that aims to position the extreme lubricant range as the taxi industry's preferred choice of lubricant oil for top-ups. Okay. Right, that is in as far as that brief goes. So just to let you know, today it's really not about the judges for me. It's about myself. It's about how far I can push myself to the limits. So, I mean, I've gotten here. I'm here now. It says something about, my acumen, my abilities, my ability to play within a team or even work individually. It does say something. But today is about really pushing myself to the limit.
The taxi industry is fine, but more than anything, the taxi landlords, the kingpins of the taxis, that's how it operates. The landlord says that don't do this, do this. They all need to listen.
I've worked with Koketsa the most. I think I've worked with Mlungisi once. I would say Goketsa's taking it home. She worked a lot with Katlego as well. So there's a lot that she picked up from Katlego on how to approach a problem, how to dissect, and how to bring it back into a simple concept.
So when you say something similar, right? Choose the elements on the page you like the products, the background, the obviously, you know.
Yeah, so the oil, right? So let's look at just having
So the oil.
yeah.
It was exciting, but I did not expect this outcome. I'll be honest. I honestly thought Katlego was gonna win all the way. This outcome is even shocking and surprising to me. But if I could pick a story, I'd choose this one over again.
Hello, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So usually at about this time, I bring you an expert. I've still brought you an expert, but a different type this time. Tsepo, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Tsepo.
Pleased to meet you, Tsepo.
Your name is?
Mlungisi.
Mlungisi.
Yeah.
Say Lungisi Lenda.
Sailungis.
Nice to meet you, man. Sure.
So Tsepo has been a colleague of mine for 14 years?
14 years.
14 years. He is one of our top guides and he's my go-to guy a lot of the time when I'm stuck. So I think I brought you a pretty decent present today, Mlungisi.
Okay.
So you'll have Tsepo with you for 2 hours. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's make it count.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you exactly that advice. Make it count.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Tsepo, good
Thanks,
luck.
yes. Let's do this.
And you can just join me over here. I come bearing a gift, Koketsa.
Oh, okay.
So rather than an expert from Engen, I have come bringing you the gift of an expert in my world, business expert. This is Dinga. Dinga, do you want to introduce yourself?
Thank you, yes. Hi, Gekos, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Great to meet you.
Nice meeting you too.
My name is Dinga Matebela. I'm the guide here at Racecorp. I've been at Racecorp for 8 years now. My background is finance, so I specialize in finance and strategy. So looking forward.
Oh, thank you so much.
Great stuff.
Looking forward to getting assistance.
I'll tell you a secret. Yesterday, Koketso said to me, "I really need to work on the finance." I think you've got your work
She's
cut
got
out
the right
for you.
person.
Dinga, do you want to join Koketso?
Okay, not a problem.
He is an absolute wealth of knowledge. Make use of the fact that you've got some serious skill in the room. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Good luck, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks,
I just felt like he's coming at the time that I actually don't need him because I had already put out a plan on how I'm going to do things. Obviously, coming in, he also wants to obviously add some value and help me there and there. But I was very, I think with the vision of how I wanted everything to flow, already I was done with that. And I think where I needed him was more on the financials.
May I just ask, just for my sanity, let's start from the top. So just tell me just quickly about this product that you're selling. Yeah, just high level, 50 words.
Okay. 50 words.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'm glad that he's there. He kind of gives a lot of ideas, you know, probes and asks me questions, which I appreciated, you know, brought about a lot of clarity. I think just the part that for me got a little bit frustrating is that I didn't have enough time to document and put my documentation, you know, as I would have loved.
All right. So the problem statement is that the new lubricant is not taking traction.
Taking up, yes.
Yeah. Okay. From the forecourt perspective.
Yes.
Okay. And what about the
They're
other
looking,
markets?
So obviously in my marketing strategy, I'm going to put that in terms of how they can penetrate other markets.
Yeah.
But I also want to also address the main problem because of, yes, they are targeting taxis.
Yeah.
Sometimes they've got old taxis, they're not longer on a service plan and so forth. So I do have like a way that I want to put it. The only thing, obviously, I think they brought you too early because usually at the end, obviously, after I've seen how big is my marketing campaign, that's when I'm gonna definitely need to deal with the numbers.
Yeah. Engen is looking for someone who's got a long-term view as to how this, whatever recommendations are, will pan out over a period. And so they're looking for quite a strategic outlook in the approach to this, not a quick fix thing. What partnerships are you going to have going forward? What sort of training interventions you need for both your particular tenants and the people out there, the brand ambassadors that you need? They're looking for a holistic approach in terms of the strategy, how to implement this product turnaround.
If you take a deep dive into the taxi industry, right? So we've gone high level. Can you segment it further? Because taxis have got different type of tiers. Are you able to segment it further?
Okay. So you've got newer vehicles that have just come in. And you've got very old, like so the bandwidth in terms of mileage is extremely wide.
Yeah.
Right.
I found him to be curious, but I think he can improve in terms of his curiosity. First of all, when I spoke with him the first time, he was focusing only on the forecourt, right? But in our conversation, we spread it wider than the forecourt. And I think one of the things that he walks away with is there's a bigger ecosystem more than just a forecourt. There's motor space, there's taxi rank and other parts of this ecosystem that he can explore. And I think he found that to be very useful.
Okay, good. I think we're on the right track. Maybe let's focus now. Let's say for the next few minutes, it's either we're focusing on the taxis, what is our strategy to turn around things, and then we move to the focus. So let's focus. Where do we start? Because you've done the groundwork, now we need to put our story into perspective.
When Dinga came in, I think it completely threw off, and Dinga started putting pressure on her from that moment, because she was also starting to get too excited in her concept, and then she lost the format a bit. So Dinga tried to bring her back home, and then she started, from that moment, that's when she started panicking.
Don't run them concurrently. Focus on the forecourt or focus on the tax rank. You tell me that, focus on the other one, and then you deal with the
Okay.
Answer the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me put my train of thoughts nicely.
I said use me because
I'm
tongue,
gonna use it. It's just that I feel a bit confused.
Yeah.
Because I had a
And I'm
certain
here
way
to
that I'm gonna put it.
Demystify that confusion.
Yeah, I get you. Sorry. Let me
Focus. You're on the right track, but just stay on the line.
I think I did leverage the skills that my guide gave me. I think the only thing is that, as I said, I really, really wanted him more at the end, not at the beginning, because already I had a picture of what I wanted. But in terms of the validation, that obviously gave me confidence that, okay, I'm definitely in the right, But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do believe that there was more that he could offer me, but it's just that we were not there. Yeah.
Because if you look at the extreme and then you look at we are number one, it gives you the impression that Engen wants to dominate, right? So what would be the attitude of this brand when it goes there? What would be its so if this was a person, what would be the personality of this product?
Oh no, he would be very, pushy. Definitely someone who's domineering, just tries to take over the space.
Confidence,
definitely.
Yes. They need to know who they're selling to. I think a lot of it is assumption. I think they really need to know who they're selling it to because they can design it for them. So when you're saying something is a solution, it must be a problem to someone. And if you don't know who that person is, you'll design a solution that doesn't speak to them. So I think that's the biggest thing. They need to know who they're speaking to so they can design it for them, and they need to know the brand. That is very, very important.
Sorry to interrupt, but I come bringing an industry expert. You remember our industry expert from this morning, Lungisi? Do you have a question for him?
Sure. You spoke about your two strongest competitors. Who are they?
That is Shell and Castro.
And Castro. Okay.
That's one question. But I'm going to add one more interruption. Tsepo, I'm afraid your time with Lungisi is up. And a twist today, the producers have decided you get 1 hour, not 2. So Tsepo, I hope you've enjoyed it.
I did. I think we've covered a lot, and I hope you'll be able to utilize this information the way that it needs to be utilized. And yeah, all the best.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Cheers.
Sure. Okay.
And let me just make sure that all the help leaves the room. Lungisi,
Okay.
How are you, man?
you've got just under 2 hours left.
Sure.
Good luck.
Okay. Thank you.
Gentlemen?
Thank you. His reaction to the 2 hours being cut in half, it was an unexpected twist. He was excited to see the expert coming in, but I guess he was hoping that after the expert has left, he'll ask me more questions, but the time was cut short. But I think that's the nature of the game. As entrepreneurs, you must always, expect the unexpected and be on your feet. So maybe I'm hoping that's a lesson for him, that sometimes he could come up with something and then the next thing, boom, it changes. Then he needs to always be on his feet. That was a wonderful lesson.
So, Koketsa, you remember our expert from this morning? What's your question?
Looking at the problem statement that you gave us, right? It says that an increasing number of customers now own newer vehicles, which are regularly serviced through OEM service plans, which is their manufacturers. I want to ask that, what is the barrier of entrance in actually working with the OEM?
There's no barrier. What we're trying to get with the taxi industry is the older vehicles. So with the older vehicles, the guys normally service it themselves. So they don't need to take it to a dealership. Sometimes they take it to a local mechanic or a local workshop that is not branded, or it could be branded, but it does not really need to tie in with the OEM partnership.
Okay.
Okay. Dingo, please wish Koketsa luck, and you'll be leaving her.
Okay, so all the best.
Thank you so much. I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I'm getting it.
Strategy, not solutions. Strategy.
Thank you so much.
You've got under 2 hours left.
Yes.
Use them wisely. Good luck.
Thank you so much.
All the best.
Thank you. My thing is, there's a way, especially now that you have been judged from day one up until now. I already understand usually, not usually, but I already understand what the judges look at and want. And I wanted to put it nicely in that manner, not ignoring the strategies, but definitely putting the strategies thoroughly under the objectives.
Not too many people can work at this level of intensity. So from that perspective, I'm proud that, I can pull off, read a brief, try and conceptualize an idea and put something on paper within a limited amount of time. So from that perspective, I really have to kind of pat myself on the back.
Engen doesn't have a loyalty card of some sort. It doesn't, right?
No, they don't. They
because
use-
every time you're at Engen, they only want the clicks card. There's an Engen at the corner of my house, so I know that they don't have. So they need to also create that. Could be another solution.
She's got a lot of ideas. She put all those ideas into one document, and then when it's time to structure everything, and I think she just started losing her mind a bit.
Oh, okay. I don't want them also to think that I'm all over, but yeah, anyway. But the thing is, we can come up with similar things. There must be something that takes me out, like makes me different to him.
Hello? Hello?
Hi.
Mlungisi, you actually look very stressed.
Truth.
So it's the most stressed I've ever seen you.
I actually am. I think time-wise, it's a bit, yeah.
Well, you've got less than an hour and you've got one more question. So do you have your question ready?
Okay. I just wanted to also find out, so your market penetration in, your townships, right?
Yeah.
Is Extreme found at the spares shops, at the, informal retailers, if I may call them that?
Not as much as we should be,
Alright.
considering that Engen has the most forecourt stations
see.
in the country.
I see.
So if you visit any of your local spare shops, you will most likely find our competitors, but not the Extreme range.
Right. Okay, that's valuable. That's valuable.
That was a really good question.
Yeah.
That's a
much
nice
better
one.
than the first one.
That's a nice one. I'm proud of you. I think that gets you on the absolute right track.
Yeah.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
All
Thank
the
you. I
best.
appreciate it. I don't know. I've learned so much about myself, and I think that's the win about this competition. I've learned so much about myself, and one thing that I've realized is that even under the most stressful of conditions, somehow when the lights are on, and I just have to ready, set, action. Somehow I just am able to just switch it up and do what I need to do.
It's number 4.
Theta Rainsa, ne? We say Theta Rainsa.
No, I read Theta. Number 3, it's TETA, Transport Education Training Authority. Number 2, get taxi associations. And that includes the taxi bosses as well.
Is it on the document?
Yeah, so marketing rollout plan. Because already when I addressed the objectives.
Where is it?
No, get out that.
Lou,
Yes.
so you're under the marketing tab, right?
Sure.
You explain awareness.
Yeah.
So is this going under the marketing tab or the awareness one on the presentation?
Yeah, so I'm going to explain in terms of just the 3 phases, right? Awareness, consideration, and conversion, right? So,
He thought about his slides while he was typing on his document, and he said it himself. He wants minimal information on his presentation so that he can stay aware about the time and he can speak from his heart.
I need a page, the first page, over that thing, we have left with 4 minutes, the thing, tomong, and then also help me with the page numbers, please. I'll just fix the document in the meantime.
What's the time on? No, just remember I also need to export and save now.
The reason for Asambe, did you put it on your thingy? Can you copy and paste it here?
Actually, it won't. It's going to
flip.
give us 1,000 codes. Let me try. Let me do this. Hopefully it doesn't give us...
Okay, no, let me try. Let me put that when I put the page numbers for now, please.
Can I please have the stick to save quickly?
oh no, I didn't see that. Okay. Okay, please try and save as quickly as possible. Sorry, I wasn't aware that. Sure.
The numbers, page numbers, Jude.
Yeah, the page numbers are right.
Right. And then the first page, we will. The first page, Jude.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop.
Yeah, the perfectionist in me. Just missing a paragraph that I don't know how it disappeared.
Come on, guys. Give me. Give me. It's for 100,000 rand. We're not playing this. You guys had 4 hours to check it.
It's there, right?
Yeah.
Yee, it's 100,000, sure. Can I see the page?
Okay, bye.
Bye. Yeah.
Use your hour well. That's all I'm going to say. Use your hour well.
What panic?
Let me see. Did you do the cover page?
No, I was exporting my side.
But I'm not seeing it here. Can I have the
It's
cover
not
page
there.
of the proposal?
This is how it is.
Yeah, but Johnny, you didn't understand. I want the cover
No,
page
I
before.
understood,
So,
but I was exporting.
yeah. Oh.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. At least this isn't as brutal as the one in the judging room, hey? The sound isn't as bad. Mlungisi, you seem stressed.
Yeah.
Is it the solution you've come up with, or is it just the intensity of the day?
It's the intensity of the day, but also just how tight it was in terms of time.
Remember, now's your time to practice. At the end of the day, you and Koketso are both really strong contestants, so it might come down to the quality of the presentation itself. Mlungisi, good luck.
Thank you.
I added the taxi now.
That's much better.
Two very different entrepreneurs face off in the final. Koketso has big energy, she's bubbly and creative. Mlungisi, on the other hand, is a deep thinker, quiet and considered. Their contrasting styles led to two very different approaches in the boardrooms. Who used their resources best? Who will hold their nerve? Both have deeply personal reasons to why they want the win. Let's go to the judges one last time this season to see who will be crowned the champion for 2025 Engen The Making of.
Hi, Koketso.
Hi, judges.
Here we are on not only episode 8, but the finale. No more team 1 and team 2. It's just you.
True.
And no cards, I see, in your hand. Just you and your ideas and your brain.
100%.
Congrats on being here
Thank you
today.
so much.
You've worked really hard.
Thank you so much.
Good. You know everybody. We have read your documents. Thank you so much for the hard work that you put into them. You and your designer, I think, worked really well together today. And we're really looking forward to hearing your story. You have, as always, 3 whole minutes, and they begin now.
I'd like to present to you the Engen Extreme Lubricant Oil, Asambe. My name is Koketso, and thank you for having me. What is the problem that we're sorting out today? Despite the successful launch of Engen Extreme Lubricant range, gaining traction at Engen Focus has proven to be very challenging, right? A significant shift of consumer behavior is implicating the sales. Now, we concentrated mainly on equipping the pump attendants to become effective and active brand ambassadors and targeting high usage of the vehicle segments like taxis with tailored messaging and promotions. Now we look at our customer profiling. Meet Sipho, all the way from Mamelodi, 39 years old, a taxi driver. Sipho transport kids back and forth from school and also the public to the CBD, Pretoria CBD. And one thing that Sipho wouldn't want is to have actually a car breakdown, just because he doesn't have the quality, not just any oil, but a quality lubricant oil. Now, what is our solution? The name, we're sticking to the Engen Extreme Oil. The tagline, Asambe. Why Asambe? The meaning behind it is let's go. Look at it at the point of using the lubricant oil. What is the main use of the lubricant oil? It's to make sure that those gears and engines, they are running and the car can move. Hence the name Asambe, which is a perfect tagline of let's go. And Asambe, the language Zulu. Many taxi drivers are Zulu. With my research. Now, some of the solution is to drive forecourt engagement and lubricant sales to the taxi market by using eye-catching station branding, bundled taxi essentials, tied loyalty rewards, localized radio and WhatsApp engagement, bonus and employee training. Another one is empower pump attendants and SM brand ambassadors to the taxi market by using product knowledge, training, let them be the experts. Incentive programs, tools for engagement, and also feedback and recognition. We're also looking at targeting high usage vehicle segments, focusing on campaigns and also high mileage users by making use of the loyalty program, urban forecourts as well, pit stop zones, taxi associations, co-branding. And partnering, we looked at partnering with Santaco, which is a South African national taxi council, taxi associations, as well as Transport Education Training Authority seaters, OEM service plans, and retail trade sectors to get that big, massive database of taxis. And the marketing rollout plan is in 4 phases. Phase 1, training and empowerment. Phase 2, forecourt activation. Phase 3, incentive and retention. Phase 4, scaling and measuring success. And this is our budget breakdown of 245,000 Rand, which I've broken out into the activation, the promotions, the training, and the loyalty and retention. I would like to thank you.
Wow. That's impressive, Sim, don't you think?
Very much so. I must.
Gee whiz, well done. That's the most perfect use of time we've had so far, actually, I think. Well done. Thanks so much for that. And we'll begin with questions and feedback from you, Sim.
Thanks. Once again, well done. Making it all the way to the final. All the best for today. So I'm going to give you a couple of comments and maybe perhaps 1 or 2 questions, right? First one is, I love the concept. Must say, I love the concept. I love the fact that you were able to stick to the brief. You brought out the empowering of the petrol attendants as the focal point in driving the narrative forward, as well as in also driving Extreme as a brand. I love that about it. I love the tagline, Asambe, meaning Siyashesha, we move, we go. I love that. It also speaks to our brand in terms of moving, ensuring that our customers are number one. So the third aspect that I also really did love, went both above the line as well as below the line, the association with a radio, something that we had also mentioned yesterday. It tends to drive aspects around ensuring that there's engagement around it. I love the concept around WhatsApp. It's something quite unique, and I think done properly, it would actually hit the nail in the head. Now, in terms of questions, we struggled going through your budget. I had great difficulty. Even now, when I was looking at it there, it's very difficult to read, very unconventional. It's not how the type of budgets that you presented before. But also I picked up something else. Just go back a couple of slides, because I can't even tell you which slide is it, because there's no slide numbers.
Sorry.
Go back, yeah, there, just one forward. So I noticed the high mileage hero urban taxi association branding twice.
Yes, typo.
Okay.
That's why I didn't read it when I presented
All
it.
right. So and you know at this stage.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. And then lastly, you didn't have a cover page.
Yes. Yeah. I think I wanted to put it, but time was not on my side. And yeah, that was the only thing that was really bugging me, that I always put a cover page. Time was not, I was running out of time.
Okay. Otherwise, well done.
Thank you.
Like the presentation.
Thanks, Sim. That's great. From Engen, our expert in the category, Nsimane, let's go over to you.
Yeah, I would have loved to be in the room when you were doing your research, because Asambe ties in quite nicely with the lubricants campaign that we launched last year, which is always moving. So Asambe ties in quite nicely to that. What I loved from what you presented today was the visibility on the forecourts. I don't know whether you took a drive to see how the forecourts look like now, because in terms of lubricants visibility, it's not the greatest at the moment at the forecourts. So we could do a lot better there. What I really love is the loyalty program that you thought about, thinking about how we can reward the taxi driver and the
pump attendants.
Yes. That's something that's always, I think, always important for me when we go out into the market. And when it comes to the partnerships, if you can just go to the partnership slides, I was just curious about your inclusion of the Transport Education Training Authority.
Yeah.
Like what were you thinking when
What was I thinking is that this is a transport seater, right?
Yeah.
And a transport seater, it's more on people that are in the industry of transport. So partnering with them could actually, partnering with them could actually benefit when it comes to training the petrol attendants. Most petrol attendants, probably if you say come for training, you'll actually get an accredited certificate. Then I think it would also pump up their energy. So the link with that is through the training. So if you get to partner with them, then you'll be able to do accredited trainings with them.
Oh, I love that. I think the only thing that I didn't see coming across is on the long distance taxi association or long distance drivers. I would have loved to see that come across, because as much as we all know the quantum, there's the bigger vehicles that are also in the transport industry.
Noted.
Great, thank you. Is that all from you? Nothing else?
No, that's all from me.
Thank you. Super, thanks. Different story to present without the cue cards, right? Means you have to have it in your head.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's where I'm going to start my commentary from. I think there was a lot. In fact, perhaps even too much, which is going to take me to my question, which will come in a minute or so. I think you've got to be careful about putting all your tactics up front before you've put the strategy. So the strategy is the main thing, and the tactics are how you will approach that. And I think you must be careful about getting them back to front, because then you end up so deep in the detail that we don't know what the main thing is. That being said, in your detail, there was a lot of thoughtful stuff. We were really impressed. Some really innovative stuff. We loved the driver loyalty card. I love the service lanes, the dedicated service lanes for the, although taxis seem to make their own dedicated lanes anyway in this country. Your initiative about the taxi that wouldn't quit. There's really some good stuff in there, Koketso, really super. The QR code with the explainer at the pumps, Sim really liked that. But the thing that's missing, your budget has what you're going to spend, but it doesn't have what you're going to earn. There's no way you can take this to any CEO saying, I want this money. The first thing she will say to you,
what are we going to get back?
What are we going to make? And that was missing. From both your documents, we hoped we'd see it here, but it wasn't there. And that's a big error.
Yeah.
But my question really is regarding the fact that there was a lot in it, a lot of good stuff. But if I asked you, what would you start with? What would you lead with? What would it be?
I think in terms of the loyalty programs, I think that would work, because a lot of people, especially whether it be a taxi driver or whomever, as long as you're saying, if you buy this, you'll get a reward, definitely that's going to pump them up. I mean, I go to Engen because I've got clicks, and I miss all the other petrol fuels because I've got a clicks card. So with that said, I think that it's going to work. And I actually even thought about if they don't have phones, because you look at most taxi drivers, they don't have like those WhatsApp calls. They are WhatsApp phones. They're always on the road. But if we then make use of a QR code, which could serve two purposes. One, you can scan it if that person doesn't have a phone. Number two, it can also serve as an advertising as well for other people. So it's killing two birds with one stone.
Great. Thank you. Since we're in the finals and there's 100,000 Rand at stake, is there anything you want to clarify or add?
I like your shoes. It's the only thing I wish they were blue.
Thanks, Sim. And anything from you?
I think I'm all good from myself.
Great. So we say thank you to you, and we'll see you a little bit later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Koketso, your final pitch just done. How did it go?
I'm feeling great. Obviously can never be too sure, but I'm feeling great from the feedback that I had. And some of the things that they said, obviously I knew that I had to put them in. So, but time was not on my side, but also it kind of showed me that I'm actually on the right path in terms of everything that I've learned from day one up until this day. There's nothing that they said that was surprising to me. It's just that I didn't have enough time.
So 4 hours isn't a lot of time.
Yeah.
Right? If you had an extra hour, what would you have done?
I was gonna whip it. Everything that they mentioned already I was panicking about, that we need to put the cover page, so everything that they said, and also on the financials, I knew that I had to put that. So as I said, nothing that they said was like, a new story or like, oops, I didn't know that. It's just time was not on my side.
I don't have much time with you as well, but I want to know from you, what do you think has been the biggest aspect of your growth in this competition?
Oh my gosh, a lot. Not only learning probably about the companies that came, what they're all about and how to solve some of their problem, but also pitching. I've always been a good pitcher, but I think now probably I've went from a level 3 to a level 5 in less than 2 weeks. So I've learned a whole lot. I feel like I'm a different person. And yeah, it's just great to know what other companies are doing or are working on. And I could also implement those into my company as well.
Also, just remember that 4 hours isn't a lot of time. So just remember what you can do in that space of time. Sure. And I think that's what I'm going to leave you with. What can you do moving forward? So Koketso, good luck with the results of the final. You've done a great job. Let's see if Mlungisi can come up with something better.
Hope not.
Mlungisi, here you are in the final, facing the potential of being the winner after leaving us. Did you imagine that you would be coming back?
Sure. This moment feels a little too surreal for me. I think it talks about, all the ironies of life. That it doesn't mean that when you come out last, when you start last, that you might finish last. It's totally a surprise for me that I'm to be standing here. There's a lot that happened throughout this competition, but I'm nonetheless grateful.
Great. It was a surprise to us too, hey, Sim?
It was.
It really was. But here you are, and you're right, every moment is filled with possibility. And coming up now, I'd love to tell you how many moments you have. 180 moments, 3 whole minutes. We've read your documents. They were terrific. And we are looking forward to hearing your pitch now. So off you go. Your time starts now.
Good afternoon, judges. My name is Mlungisi Nkosi, and I'm here to present the Engen's Gwalange Extreme campaign. So we want to ensure that in this campaign, first of all, we drive engagement and we drive up sales. And we want to ensure that we empower the pump attendants. So in achieving this, we thought about key considerations, and our key consideration was 2 types of customers and their behavior. First of all, we've got Usipho, who is a taxi driver. He lives in the hustle and bustle of the taxi industry. He wants to ensure that he can get convenience on the go. The second one is Uprajabu, who is also he is a taxi owner, and he wants to make sure that he maximizes profitability, but at the same time, he wants to increase his fleet. So for him, every rand makes a difference. Now, in these considerations, we thought about Extreme's challenge, which is to ensure that we create a bold campaign, right, that ensures that we present Extreme as the only brand that these customers would consider. Now, we want this campaign to be pushy. We want it to be arrogant. We want it to be very engaging. We want it to be bold, just like every taxi driver is. So, for Usipho, who is the taxi driver, we are going to make sure that this campaign goes all the way. He can see it every step of the way where he goes. In our forecourt sites, imagine just entering a filling station and the attendant just asks a question, "Sifaka ingakhi my Extreme namhlanje?" And for him, it just simply means Extreme is the only option that he has. right? And whilst he fills up at his convenience. But we are also going to ensure that we give rewards to him so that he can be able to get incentive for filling up. While Uprajabu, at the same time, he just wants to make sure that he gets high mileage for his fleet. So we are going to ensure that he can get convenience at every time that he purchases a service kit. And now, to look at where these will be available, it will be at the forecourts, as we said. It will be at the taxi ranks. It will be at the local spares for Uprajabu, and they will retail at different prices. Thank you.
Okay, so you slipped in. You slipped in just in time. Okay, thank you. We're going to begin feedback and questioning with our expert from Engen. Simane, over to you.
If we can just go to the first slide.
First slide.
Actually, the second
slide number
one.
what? Because this also doesn't have slide numbers on it. Anyway.
Okay.
The next one, please. So I'll actually, let's go to the previous one.
The previous one, yes.
So I love how you introduce the campaign, Kwalaneng Stream. That came out very confident. It was very clear on the kind of campaign that you would want to run. So that's the first feedback I have for you. And next slide, please. I also love how you focused on the driver and the owner because their value proposition is different. Driver is focused on getting as many trips as he can per day to make his target. And the owner has other focuses like keeping his fleet well maintained and always running. So I really like that you picked that up and included it because that essentially means that we need to offer them different value propositions. Next slide, please. The following one. With this one, when you introduced it, I was excited. I was on the edge of my seat, like what's coming. But then, when you left it there, it felt like a movie trailer. It feels like something's coming, but what is it? I would have loved to hear more about what Kwalaneng Stream is because I can see where you want to go, but you didn't take me there. Next slide, please. This is my last point. I think here it's just how you summarized how you're going to target the driver and the fleet owner. But again, I'm still missing that meat of Kwalaneng Stream. So if I were to leave you with anything, is how do you add more meat to Kwalaneng Stream so that when someone sees it, they already know how it will look like without having to question you further.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. So, do you want to respond to that?
I certainly do.
Please do.
So Kwalaneng Extreme is so first of all, just the catchphrase alone, just from our tagline, it's very catchy from a local street slang type of language. So for me, when I looked at it, it's a play on words that people use on a daily basis in in the taxi industry, a gasi, they would actually, Twala means, it's kind of, it's got a double meaning in a sense. Because when you think about Twala, in slang, it means when you like something, but at the same time, you're looking at Twala as in you are filling up, in the actual language. So we want to make it so, so, in fact, we want to integrate it so organically into everyday language. So when the petrol attendant uses the question, Kwalaneng Extreme, rather, quantum Kwalaneng Extreme, we want to carry that into our messaging everywhere that you go. So, I also do also took the point that you said, that on this slide, I wanted to land. I looked at the clock and I thought, oof, I've got a couple of more slides to do. But in essence, we just wanted to be bold, to be pushy. We want to just penetrate as much of the taxi industry as possible. So, yeah, we want it to be everywhere.
Happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Thank you. I mean, I think that's a great idea. If you can be part of the daily language that people speak. I mean, we haven't had that in a campaign in South Africa for a long time. That would be a big, big achievement. But as you say, the trailer was good. The payoff line's good. But Sim, what do you think?
Yeah, again, well done, making it up to here. As you know, I call you the comeback kid. And hopefully you're going to knock this out the park. So I looked at the concept to the point that my fellow judge was making. We loved it. In fact, we were sitting at the edge of a seat because I liked the dialect. I liked the infusion of the language, and I thought it actually speaks to the customer. Now, to the point of the customer, do you mind just going back to that customer profile of yours, Usipho no Bracho? Yeah. So I then looked at your customer profile, right? I see Sipho, the taxi driver. You move on to the next slide. You then still have the same Sipho and not Bracho. So I then thought, okay, the puncher is coming in, and I was hoping not to see the puncher. So I was hoping that the error that I saw in the document will be fixed in the presentation that we have in front of us. But I see it's still there. Though, be that as it may, I overlooked that. And I also noticed, just go forward to the products itself, to the actual product, for another one, forward, yes. So I looked at our extreme offering, right? The ones that I'm aware of. We've got 500 mils, we've got 5 liter. We don't have a 1 liter bottle. And again, here I thought, you had a good thing going, and that is critical to us, because it's part and parcel of the product that we've identified in terms of which one we are going to offer. And it's important in the context of today's challenge that you get that product right. And the other thing that we did talk about was around the pricing strategy. But I thought, let me just pause that. So, comment on my side, those two key things are quite important. Otherwise, the tagline we loved it. I mean, none of us, when we read that, were like, this is exactly what we need. It's just these punches that keep on coming, and at this stage of the game are quite important in us making the right decision.
Sure.
And then lastly, I didn't see a competitor analysis. And you've been here. Yes, I appreciate you left, but the competitor analysis is quite important so that we have a fair understanding, that you have a holistic view of the entire market. So those would be my comments. I really don't have a question because I'm assuming Bracho's profile is not there and it's a mistake. So yeah, those would be my questions.
Thank you. So I feel like I'm willing to forgive all your punctures because I love that tagline so much. I'm at heart a brand marketer and I just love it so much, and I think it's got such potential that I'm willing to forgive everything else except I can't. Yeah, I saw billboards in your marketing campaign, and then I didn't see them in your costing later. And when it comes to costing, we've swapped roles. That's normally your department. I didn't see any. I don't think I saw any revenue or sales targets or anything like that. So it's an incomplete pitch, really, from that point of view. I think there's some little gems that you have in there in your personas. The two guys, both called. I can't remember if they're Sipho or Joe. They're both Sipho. You reference their English proficiency, which I think is such a little insightful little thing, because I think we forget that we have so many languages in this country that we have to consider which language is relevant to markets too. So I thought that was an insightful little gem there. So yeah, I don't really have any questions except to say and to agree with my colleagues that I love the way you put it, that you felt like you saw the trailer but or you got the little nibble of wors at the braai when someone said have a taste, and then you never got the plate. I just wanted to eat the whole plate of food. But yes, thank you. Very different to work on your own, I think. We appreciate the hard work, and we'll see you a little bit later.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So Mlungisi, that was the last pitch for season 2 of Engen The Making of. How do you think it went?
I showed up. I showed up, and that's what's important for me. This competition has tested every single fiber of my being. And to be honest with you, I think I just had to show up.
Yeah.
After the glitches that have been there, even during the preparation, there were lots of surprises, but I just had to roll with the punches today. I showed up.
Sounds like you had an extreme day.
I did.
So
Yeah.
being out of the competition, being back in the competition, close calls on every round since, you're up against a really strong competitor in Koketso. You left with nothing, and today you're standing on 70,000 and potentially 170,000. The money is obviously important, but I want to know, what's the difference that as an entrepreneur this has made for you?
You know, I think the entrepreneurial journey is very, very testing. And I think often enough, we don't realize just how much pressure we can really endure. This competition showed me just how much pressure I can endure. And now that I know the limits, I'd be sure to push them every time. I think at this stage I was really competing against myself because I don't know what limits I have. So I've taken a lot of lessons that I can just take into my business. And I can assure you that with the lessons that I got through this exercise and experience, there's no way that I can fail in business, you know? So for me, it's a win. Whatever the outcome, for me, I'm just looking at it as an overall win.
I think that's the perfect place to leave it. Mlungisi, we'll see you back in there in a minute. Good luck.
Thank you.
So it's the last time for this season to say welcome to you both. Sim called Mlungisi the comeback kid. I feel like we should call this episode Koketso and the Comeback Kid. Yeah. Well done to both of you for getting to this part. I know you've had lots of peaks and troughs and moments of joy and moments of shock and all of those things, which we have captured for everybody's entertainment, your pain and everybody else's entertainment. But so Mlungisi, you went home with nothing, came back, picked up money, gave some money away so that you could get some skills, and then here we are sitting here and you are waiting to hear if you'll pick up another 100 grand. And you, Koketso, have steadily won. You had a bit of a glimpse, but now here you are also waiting to hear if you're going home with actually quite a chunk of money. If you do, I think you'll be going home with a big fat pot of dollars. Okay, I think nobody wants to hear my lessons from the judging table quite now, but I think it would be remiss of us not to give you a little bit of learnings and feedback. I think the biggest thing that we've seen, and that probably you have, is that expression that no man or woman is an island, and it's not easy to do these things on your own. This is, at this stage of the game, we shouldn't see typos and no page numbers and things missing, but we do, because I think you've realized that you can't do, it's really difficult to do it all on your own. And as an entrepreneur, you never want to be doing it all on your own, and forming networks and connections and depending on people is so important. And I think you've seen that, that even when you really weren't enjoying working with teams, Actually, it's better with people than without people. So I think there was a little roadblock created for you today, but also an opportunity when you were asked not to present with cards. It's important that you have your story, as I've asked you all the way through, to have your story in your head so that you can tell it in a compelling way. And in fact, actually, you presented better without the cards because you were communicating with us, which we really enjoyed. I think the biggest thing to comment on today for you to take away is remember strategy before tactics. Everyone gets confused about those words, but it's the big picture before the detail. And I think if I can give you one thing from us to take away today, it would be that. But that's, I think, enough of the lesson learning for today. I think you're waiting for other things from me. So let's give a little bit of feedback to each of you first. Koketso, you had a lot of great ideas. A lot of great ideas. The judges got sparkles in their eyes from Engen, but actually we had to hunt for them because your document was really so vast. We had to go really digging through to find the content. I think too much, you need to structure it better, and I did give you that advice earlier on in the game. You made it just in the nick of time, but it was a heck of a rush. And you were relying on the content in your slides because you had so much of it. You couldn't tell a short story. But the most glaring thing that was just beyond shocking, and Sim was speechless and he made me actually say it, was that you had no numbers, never mind the page numbers that were missing, which was just a no-no at this stage. But you told us what you'd spend, but not what you'd make. And no entrepreneur can go to anybody and ask them to partner, to fund them, without knowing how much money you're going to make. It is like, it's just unimaginable. Not good enough. Mlungisi, you made us fall in love with a big idea. And then you let us down because there was nothing beyond that. We really were so impressed by how quickly you captivated us with the notion of the big idea that you based so well on your personas. And then all we wanted was more, and there wasn't anything. Also, the financials were thin, so thin there really weren't any. You were not on brand in terms of the pack sizes, which Engen just didn't enjoy and appreciate at all. So a great campaign idea, but no substance behind it. So that's feedback for the two of you. I know you're ready for me to announce the winner. Before that, I'm going to invite Yaz with the check.
I think we can keep them in suspense just a little longer.
I think so.
And I think we're going to keep you in suspense so that we can say thank you to everybody that we need to say thank you to. And I'm going to start with our judges. Our constant judges, Sim and Heidi. The amount of valuable insight that you've given over these past 8 episodes is so invaluable. And I know that apart from the prize money, that's what's going to take these entrepreneurs forward, as well as all the entrepreneurs in our audience. So thank you for your constant feedback. Thank you for always saying the hard things. For today, our guest judge from Engen, thank you so much for your insights in the boardrooms and answering their questions, and thank you for having a sense of humor about it and helping us get through what for them is a really tough day. So thank you. And of course, to all of our episode sponsors. Without our episode sponsors, there isn't an episode. So I think that you guys would join me in saying thank you to each of our episode sponsors.
Absolutely.
Thank you. You think we've kept them in suspense enough now?
Then so.
Can we give away the check now?
Shall we?
Heidi, over to you.
Good, thank you. Well, it gives me enormous pleasure to announce the winner of the 2025 Engen The Making of is Koketso.
Congratulations. Nah, you can't hide. The winner of the competition doesn't get to hide. Koketso, congratulations. Before I go to Koketso, Mlungisi, you're walking away with 70,000 Rand and you're walking away with a great experience. Your final words, please.
Thank you for the opportunity. I think this journey has been really testing. And honestly, walking in today, I think the biggest competition in the room was myself, in a sense that I was trying to see which limits I can actually attain. And I've been pushed sky high to the limits. I've seen low lows, but in all of it, I'm just grateful for the experience and the value that it will add to my business.
Koketso, as our winner,
Oh my goodness.
you get the final word. What's this experience been like for you? What are you feeling right now?
The experience has been, oh my goodness. I think when I got here to do my fingerprints, I told everyone that you're meeting your winner. So I just manifested it. And as I said last year when I watched the show, I was like, I need to be there and I need to win. And for that, for me, this is like a full cycle. I manifested it and I made sure that I take in everything that the judges said every day. I mean, even the things that they said today, I knew that I just didn't have time, but it means that I'm on the right track because they didn't say anything to me that was different from what I expected to hear. And to have made it this far from 10 to 2 and 1, I don't know what to say. I'm happy. Thank you so much.
Koketso, with 253,000 Rand. Congratulations, you are our 2025 Engen The Making of winner. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Congrats. Congrats. Good job. There we have it. I'm sure you'll join me in commiserating with Mlungisi. He grabbed his second chance with both hands and can be proud of what he has achieved. Congratulations to Koketso, our 2025 winner. Consistent, resilient, and showing massive personal growth, Koketso is our 2025 Engen The Making of champion. She now tops the money ladder and walks away with an amazing 253,333 Rand. I want to take a moment to thank each of our episode sponsors for their incredible contributions and their challenges that have sparked such colorful moments. And of course, our title sponsor, Engen. Without Engen, none of the moments, learning or entertainment would be possible. So thank you, Engen, for continuing to drive entrepreneurial innovation and excellence. This season gave us twists, turns, drama and tears, and our entrepreneurs proved their innovation, resilience and entrepreneurial excellence. Do you think you have what it takes to be our next champion? Then watch out for entry details on all our social media platforms and get your application in early. From me, Yasmin Ali, we'll see you for next season of Engen The Making of.